Stress is something that every one of us feels at some point. The weight of it, the frustration, that crushing pressure when things aren't going according to plan. You've been there, right? You know exactly what I'm talking about. But let me tell you the truth. Most of the stress we deal with in life can be traced back to one thing: poor timing. We feel rushed. We feel like we're falling behind. Things aren't moving fast enough. Or maybe they're moving too fast. We get frustrated when life doesn't match up with our schedules. But here's the truth. Timing is everything. Whether we're telling a joke, running a business, or just trying to get through the day, it's not only what we do that matters, it's when we do it. The difference between success and failure, joy and stress, isn't always about your abilities. Sometimes it's about whether or not you understand timing. Now, chosen ones, don't miss this. This principle isn't just for your everyday life, it's foundational to your spiritual life. The timing you've been stressing over, God's already got it handled. He's the master of time, the creator of seasons, and he knows exactly when things need to happen. You know what Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, "There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens." Chosen one, everything in your life, your struggles, your victories, your waiting, and your breakthroughs, it's all unfolding according to God's perfect timetable. You might be wondering, why hasn't it happened yet? Why am I still waiting? But I'm here to remind you, God's timing is perfect. Even when it feels like nothing is happening, God is always working. Type in the comments, "God is always working," as your announcement of your faith to the world. Let's talk about Jesus. The most significant event in history, the birth of the Messiah, didn't happen by chance. Galatians 4:4 tells us, "When the right time came, God sent his Son. Not a moment too soon, not a moment too late." Jesus didn't come early because God was in a hurry, and he didn't come late because he forgot about his people. He came at the exact moment God had planned, and that same principle applies to your life. Have you ever wondered why Jesus came when he did? Why not send him during a time when technology would have allowed the gospel to spread instantly across the world? Why not wait until now, when news of his resurrection could have gone viral in seconds? Chosen ones, let me tell you, God doesn't make mistakes. He doesn't guess or second guess his timing. He knew that was the exact moment Jesus needed to come. We may not understand all the reasons why, but we trust his timing is flawless. Just like he sent Jesus at the right time, he'll move in your life at the right time too. But here's the catch. God doesn't always give us the details in advance. We like to plan, to know what's coming next. But God often asks us to trust him without revealing the full picture. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, "God has given us a desire to know the future, but we can never fully understand what he is doing." Isn't that the truth? We want to know. We want to see the whole path laid out in front of us, so we turn to horoscopes, fortune tellers, or anything else that promises a peek into what's coming. But the Bible tells us it's not for us to know. That's God's business. He's the one who holds the future in his hands. Let me ask you something. If God showed you everything that was going to happen in your life right now, could you handle it? Could you deal with all the heartbreaks, the losses, and the challenges that are yet to come? Most of us couldn't. It would be overwhelming. That's why God reveals his plans one step at a time. Chosen ones, God knows what he's doing. He's not withholding the future from you to frustrate you. He's doing it to protect you, to guide you, and to build your trust in him. He doesn't give you the whole picture because he wants you to lean on him with every part of your journey. He's not just trying to get you to the destination. He's shaping you in the process. In Acts 1:7, Jesus says, It's not for you to know the times or dates the Father has set by his own authority. Jesus is basically saying, listen, don't stress about the schedule. You've got to trust me. And let's be real for a second. That's hard for many of us. We like control. We like having everything planned out. Our days, our weeks, our entire lives. But Jesus is telling us today, hey, relax. I've got this. You don't need to know everything right now. Just trust me, and I'll reveal it to you in my perfect timing. Chosen one, here's a truth for you. God is never in a hurry, but he's never late either. Sit with that for a moment. We live in a world where speed is the name of the game. We want things done now. Fast food, fast internet, fast solutions to our problems. But God doesn't work on our rush schedules. He's not bound by a 24-hour day or a 365-day year. He's the eternal creator outside of time. 2 Peter 3:8 says, with the Lord a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years are like a day. God's timing is on a whole different level than ours. We see time in moments. We measure it in hours, days, and years. But God, he sees it all. He sees the end from the beginning. While we're here stressing about the next step, God already knows the destination. That's why his timing is flawless, even when it doesn't match up with our plans. Now let me hit you with this question. Has God placed a dream in your heart? Maybe it's something you've been carrying for years. A vision for your life, a calling, a passion. We all start with big dreams, don't we? But over time, life happens. We face obstacles, setbacks, disappointments, and suddenly, those dreams seem out of reach. That dream you were once so fired up about feels delayed, maybe even forgotten. I've spoken with so many chosen ones who've thrown in the towel on their dreams. Why? Because it didn't happen on their timetable. They got discouraged, and some even buried their dreams saying, it's too late now, it'll never happen. But here's what I need you to hear loud and clear. If God gave you that dream, it's not too late. Don't you dare give up on what God has placed in your heart. That dream, that vision, it's still alive. God hasn't forgotten it, even if you feel like it's delayed. Look at Habakkuk 2:3. The word says, the vision will happen at the time I have appointed. It moves steadily toward the goal. It will not be proven false. If it seems slow or delayed, just wait for it. It will certainly happen. It will not be late. Did you catch that? Even if it feels slow, even if it seems delayed, wait for it. God's timing is perfect. Sometimes the hardest lesson we have to learn is that while God's timing is perfect, ours, not so much. But let me tell you something. God's perfect timing isn't always convenient. More often than not, it'll stretch you. Look at Mary and Joseph. The birth of Jesus wasn't convenient. Mary was about to give birth, and they had to travel to Bethlehem. Can you imagine that? 9 months pregnant and traveling on a donkey because of a Roman census. And then, when they got to Bethlehem, there was no room for them. No fancy hotel, no comfortable bed, just a stable with animals. The Savior of the world born in a barn. Not exactly what Mary and Joseph had in mind, but it was God's perfect timing. God's plans are often uncomfortable, but they're always better than anything we could ever dream up. Now here's the thing. God's perfect timing doesn't mean it'll be painless. Sometimes it's going to be hard, uncomfortable, and downright challenging. But even in those moments, you can trust that God is working for your good. Romans 8:28 promises us that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Even when life doesn't make sense, even when things seem out of control, God is still working. He's still in control, and his timing is still perfect. Here's the crazy part about God's timing. At the right moment, God can do more in an instant than we could accomplish in a lifetime. Isaiah 60:22 says, "I am the Lord, so when the time comes, I will make it happen quickly." When it's the right time, God moves fast. He's not limited by time the way we are. He can turn things around in a heartbeat. Maybe you've been waiting for a long time. You've been praying, hoping, believing, but nothing seems to be happening. Let me remind you, God can change everything in a moment. He did it for Joseph. One day, Joseph was a prisoner. The next, he was the second most powerful man in Egypt. God had been preparing Joseph for years, but when the time was right, everything shifted in an instant. But catch this, delays aren't wasted time. God uses delays to grow you, to prepare you. We think of waiting as lost time, but God is using that time to shape you, to build your character. While you're waiting for that dream to come to pass, God is working on you. He's preparing you for what's coming next. His goal isn't just to fulfill your plans, but to make you more like Christ. And sometimes that takes time. Isaiah 49:8 says, "At the right time, I will answer your prayers." Chosen one, if you're in a season of waiting, know this: God hasn't forgotten you. He hasn't turned his back on your prayers. He's simply waiting for the right moment. And when that moment comes, everything will fall into place exactly the way it's supposed to. So what do you do while you wait? First off, don't be afraid. Fear is the enemy of faith. Mark 5:36 says, "Don't be afraid, just trust me." Fear will try to creep in when things aren't moving as quickly as you'd like. Fear will whisper lies like, "It's never going to happen." But God says, "Trust me." Even when you don't see the full picture, even when it feels uncertain, trust that God is in control. Listen, chosen ones, this is a word for you. Psalm 31 verses 14 to 15 declares, "I trust you, Lord. You are my God, and my times are in your hands." Let that sink in. Your life, your moments, every heartbeat, it's all in the hands of the Almighty. It's time to stop carrying the weight on your own. Trusting God is the ultimate weapon against the enemy of stress. The more you lean into him, the more fear and anxiety have to flee. Stress can't survive where trust thrives. Declare it now: "My life is in your hands, God, and I trust your perfect timing." Next, listen closely. Stop worrying. I know the enemy loves to whisper lies of comparison in your ear. But Psalm 37 speaks truth. Wait and trust the Lord. Don't fret when others prosper. You may see someone else's victory, their rise, their blessing, and wonder why it's not happening for you. Don't you dare fall for that trap. God's story for your life is uniquely yours, handcrafted by the Master Creator. Your timeline is not theirs. God is writing a one-of-a-kind, breathtaking story just for you, and no one else can live it. So stop comparing. Chosen one, you are chosen for a reason. When worry creeps in, I need you to fight back, but not with fear. Fight back with prayer. Philippians 4:6 tells us, "Don't fret or worry. Instead of worrying, pray." You see, worry does nothing, but prayer moves mountains. Prayer invites God into your situation, and when God steps in, things start shifting. So the next time anxiety tries to rise up, let that be your alarm to drop everything and pray. Lay it at his feet and trust that even when you don't see it, God is working behind the scenes. He's moving pieces, opening doors, and preparing the way for you. And here's the truth that will light a fire in your spirit. Remember God's promises. The waiting can feel long, but don't forget what God has spoken over you. Deuteronomy 7:9 declares, "The Lord your God is God. He is the faithful God, keeping his covenant of love to 1,000 generations. 1,000 generations, chosen one. That means his promise to you is eternal, rock solid, unshakable. When the enemy tries to make you doubt, when life tries to wear you down, you cling to what God said. He is faithful, and every word he's spoken over your life will come to pass. Now hear me, don't give up. Galatians 6:9 speaks life into you. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. I know it's hard. I know waiting is exhausting, but don't you dare quit. Your harvest is coming, and it will be bigger, better, and more glorious than anything you've prayed for. The breakthrough you've been seeking is on the way. God's timing is perfect, and when it arrives, it will blow your mind. So keep pressing in, keep praying, keep serving, keep trusting. Your reward is coming. Chosen one, hear me loud and clear. God's timing is perfect. He is never late. He is never rushed. Whatever you're waiting for, whether it's that answered prayer, that dream fulfilled, or that shift in your circumstances, trust that God is moving. He's orchestrating things in ways you can't even imagine. He loves you deeply, and his plans for you are good. You don't have to fear. You don't have to worry. Just trust him, and watch how he shows up for you in ways beyond your imagination. In this season of waiting, you've got to stand firm. Don't let fear have a place. Don't let worry take root. Don't forget the promises he's made to you. And most importantly, don't give up. God's timing is always right. He sent Jesus at the perfect time, and in that same way, he will fulfill his purpose for your life at just the right moment. Hold on tight to that trust, chosen one, and you will see his faithfulness revealed in ways that will leave you speechless. Now, if this word has stirred your spirit, I want you to declare it in faith. Type amen. In the comments, share this message and believe that God's timing is working in your favor. You are chosen, you are loved, and God's breakthrough for your life is on its way. Stand firm, and you will see his glory. Amen.